Last week, classroom teacher Jessica Geiler and teaching artist mentor Lane Barton did the Explore and Describe Torn Paper Collage lesson with their first grade students. They also went on a 5 senses journey to different kinds of parks, including a water park and a forest park. The kids have started collaging backdrops to show the details that they saw, heard, touched, tasted, and smelled on their journey.
Last week, many of you were working on making different parts of your setting. For example, Harit, can I use you as an example? Take a look at Harit's work. Harit, can you tell us a little bit about what you created and how you created it? Go ahead.
I took some brown and then ripped it up, and then I made some trees and I made some branches green.
And I'm noticing that your trees are very tall. Why are your trees so tall?
Because when I go outside and I see trees, they're really tall.
So what is your setting? What kind of park did you create?
A forest.
A forest. So everyone, eyes on Harit's work for a quick second. I want you to imagine that you are walking through the forest. And when you look up, what do you see? Trees, not just regular trees, huge trees, tall trees, ginormous trees, right? Does this remind you of a forest? So that's what I want you to think about as you are working with your settings. What are you going to add to your setting to make it look like the place that you chose, okay? We're gonna be coming around to ask you some questions about your work. Nice work, Harit, keep going, okay? I wanna see some more. Okay, so I see that you folded a bunch of papers here. I remember last week you were telling me that these folded papers were going to be the stairs to somewhere. Do you remember telling me that?
Oh yeah, there's water and a slide.
Right, so why don't we keep working on that, okay? So here are the stairs you told me, right? And I think you were working on making them even higher, yes? Now, how can we do that? How can we make them even taller? Look at the paper. Look how you folded it. You folded it this way. What happens if we would fold it the other way, like this? Can you try that one more time? Do what I did with this paper. Yeah, you're making a crease in it, okay? So watch what happens when you pick it up. Do you see how it stands up? Now I want you to try doing that again here. Can you try doing that again? Make a crease in the paper. There you go. Okay. Now open it up and let's see what happens. Do you see how it's popping up? It's making you smile. Now look, if you pick it up, if we could put some sort of, maybe something underneath to hold it up, what could we use? You have a lot of paper on your desk. What could you use? Paper, maybe.
And then make it glue on a little bit.
I like that idea. Maybe you could either crumple the paper up or you could fold the paper and put it underneath. Can I see you try to do that to make these stand up? Go ahead. And don't be afraid to use the paper. Use as much paper as you need. Yeah, I like it. Let's see if it helps it stand up. What do you think? Is it working? All right. I'm wondering, should we make it bigger or should we make it smaller? What do you want to do?
Big.
Okay, go ahead. Maybe you could crumple the whole paper and see how big it would be. All right. Do you like how that's coming out? Does it remind you of stairs leading to somewhere? All right. So now let's think ahead. You're creating stairs, but where are the stairs leading up to?
To the slide?
To the slide. So now we have to use something to create a slide, right? Can you either find another piece of paper, think of a color you want to use? Okay, so walk around and find the color that you'd like, okay? And come back when you're ready.
Ms. Geiler is helping her students to remember the techniques discovered last week and to think about how they can be used to create the park that the child is imagining. You can see that her students are choosing to work in a variety of ways. Some kids are focusing on layering and others on 3D construction. Ms. Geiler also makes space for students to learn techniques from each other, both while they're working and through a gallery walk reflection at the end of the session.
Show us how you did it quickly. If you'd like to make a circle, take a look at what Ganor's doing. Use your words. What are you doing? He's putting just a little dab of glue on the end. Oh, very cool. Moz, is this giving you some ideas? Yeah? What color are you going to use to make a circle?
Green.
Green. All right, let me see. Let's see what you come up with, okay? Nice work, Nora. All right. I would love for you guys to see each other's work. Would you like to see your friends' work? Okay, so we're going to do two things. The first thing we're going to do is you're going to take any pieces that you're still working on and you want to work on later on, Kyle. Ready? You're going to be opening your Ziploc bag. Put your pieces away. Once we've cleaned up, we're going to do something called the gallery walk, which is what we did in Ms. Zabar's classroom, okay? So quickly put your pieces away, and then once you're all done cleaning up, leave your setting on the table, your collage on the table, and put your tushies on the wall, okay? Go ahead. Now look at this collage. I'm noticing a tree, so that reminds me, it might be maybe a jungle, a forest, right? Because I see trees in a forest. So take a look around and I want you to notice those little pieces of your friends' collages so you can guess what their setting is, okay? All right, so let's get started. You can start walking around. Remember, you're walking slowly. So remember, hands on your back. Don't touch anyone's work, but take a peek at what they've done. Try to think about what setting they created.
Tree, and the place is.
You know what? I think you're right.
This is the table. Okay. Burgers and what is that place? This.
What is this you made?
This is the blanket.
What is this?
The tree.
Oh.
And this is the cloud.
What is this? This is
The sun.
You know what? She said that the yellow is at the top because it's light coming in. Wasn't that cool? Doesn't that remind you of an actual forest? Right? Because sometimes there's so many trees that you can't see the sun. But here in her forest, sun is peeking in. Okay? Tara, this is wonderful work. Thank you for sharing.